Hello, my name is Maria and I'm going to do my presentation about institutional pressures. Institutional pressure can be defined as environmental factors that affect organizations in the development of their activity. We can classify the institutional pressures according to the nature and context. We have economic, political, technological, and social. First, I'm going to talk about technological. Technology today is one of the main institutional pressures that organizations face. In the past year, every day, new technological advances are acquired by different companies and they have to try to adapt to continuous change. These include technological changes that are expanding industry boundaries and enabling greater competition. Economic. Some examples of institutional pressure of an economic nature are macroeconomic values such as GDP, interest rates, inflation, unemployment, income level, or exchange rate. Possible future economic change must also be taken into account. Political. With institutional pressures of political nature, we refer to aspects related to the government that directly affect the company. It deals with tax policies, incentives, employment regulations, government systems, and international treaties. Local administrations, municipal policies are also included. Social. The social aspect is related to the behavior of people inside and outside the organization. For example, the way of consuming a product in a certain country can condition the market entry or not of that country, and on the other hand, customs can be reflected in the productivity or frequency of production. Now I'm going to talk about the response of institutional pressures, some strategies and tactics that must be taken into account by organizations. First, acquiesce. Although organizations commonly accede to institutional pressures, acquiescence may take alternative forms. These forms include habit, imitation, and compliance. The second strategy is compromise. Organizations are often confronted with conflicting institutional demands or with inconsistencies between institutional expectations and internal organizational objectives related to efficiency or autonomy. Under such circumstances, organizations may attempt to balance, pacify, or bargain with external constituents. Avoidance. Avoidance is defined here as the organizational attempt to preclude the necessity of conformity. Organizations achieve this by concealing their nonconformity, buffering themselves from institutional pressures, or escaping from institutional rules or expectations. The fourth strategy is defiance. Is a more active form of resistance to institutional process. The three tactics of defiance in order of increasing active resistance are dismissal, challenge, and attack. The last one is manipulation. This is the most active response to these pressures because it is intended to actively change or exert power over the content of the expectations themselves or the source that seeks to express or enforce them. To end up, I put the following table. In the following table, we can see a summary of the strategies, behaviors that organizations may enact in response to pressures towards conformity with institutional environment.